Hello, how you guys doing? James here. I'll do some more commentary. I'll show you a few videos, and it's just gonna focus on what some women want, and you're gonna reveal what's their true nature. But here's one
Nine
commentary.
are qualifying for. Now, I've always assumed that over time, you're supposed to start making sense when you get past 30 years old. But evidently, some of these Western women didn't get that memo. Here's one right here.
Is your name Fran?
It is.
Fran, where you calling from?
Port Orchard, Washington, so about 15 miles outside of Seattle. I am 51.
Now, keep that in mind while you're watching this video. This mentality is coming from a 51-year-old woman.
51, what you do for a living?
I work in government, so I'm a civil service and prior Navy.
She works for the civil service and she was military. Let's keep going.
Do you have any kids?
I do. I have two sons, 27 and 20, and a grandson I also take care of.
Two kids and she has a grandchild.
Oh, live with you. Your sons, are they by the same man?
They are my ex-husband. So deal breaker. Men that are not confident. Men that expect. I tried to date someone that was make less than me. I tried that, and within 3 weeks, his mom was dead, and he needed money, and he needed a ticket. Yeah, seriously. It's crazy out here.
The guy she just described has nothing to do with a man making less money. He was just a freeloader.
A man who has never driven a brand new car. Period. I'm sorry. I know you're.
And here comes the nonsense. And you can see that Kendra sees the nonsense coming too. What does a man not having driven a brand new car has to do with whether he's going to be good in a relationship or not?
Wait a minute. I have to make sure I understand. So a man that's never driven a 2024, the year the car came out. Tell me, okay, give me the reason behind that one.
Here comes the nonsense.
Typically, when a man only buys a used car, he doesn't know the value of taking care of something that's brand new.
I have never purchased a new car a day in my life.
Me neither.
Every car I've ever purchased was used, and I took care of that car
Me too.
just like it was brand new.
Me
Just
too.
like I took care of the women that I dated.
Or keeping up. They treat their cars like they treat their women, and I find that to be true.
And I know guys who always drove brand new cars, and they took care of them very well, but they treated their women like trash.
Right.
Right? So a used car, then you're thinking of a used woman, and I don't want a man that doesn't understand that I am a new car.
Am I having a mental conniption? She's 51 years old, two kids, and a grandchild, and she says she's equivalent to a new car? Oh, I see. She's talking about on planet Venus. Oh, I see. She's talking about on planet Venus.
That's the best way to think about it, right?
Wrong. You can't compare yourself to something new if you're old. No disrespect intended.
Right.
But I'm 59 years old and I'm not new. So neither are you. And women with common sense will agree. Just look at Kendra.
Treat me good, right? My oils must be tapped off when they need to be tapped off. I mean,
You have to maintain oil in a used car just like you would in a new car if you want it to continue to run properly, genius.
I don't know how else to say it, but yeah,
Fran, what kind of car do you drive?
I love my Hondas. So I've got a passport, a 2023 passport,
a 16-year-old high school student.
Right.
Seem likely you don't know what
Right.
you want. Keep looking to your friends for answers and making stupid comments. It's a turn off.
Turn off for a man who has and utilizes common sense.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm glad I turned you off because I'm not interested in you. I've heard your comments all this time, so I'm glad I turned you off, sorry. I don't want you. So thanks for the $20.
Kendra, give her that $20 so she can go buy a clue.
Pay for some more. Ask another question. Now let me say this. Immature. Great. There's a reason I stayed single for so long.
Let me guess, you're single by choice.
Right.
I dated. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for the man that's for me.
He's gonna have to be a man that's kinda slow. Cause you,
One, that's chivalrous. That's one. You don't seem like the type. Two, one that has ever, what is his name? Millionaire, billionaire? Never seen. Oh, what, six figures? Never seen that.
Yeah, a six-figure bookie.
now, if a self-proclaimed pookie says that you're not making any sense, whether he's a six-figure man or not, what does that say about you, Fran?
Right.
Say he never saw that.
He never saw that, darling. He doesn't know what that is, okay? Whatever. Let's move on.
So I guess all of us that just watched this knows exactly where this is going for her.
Right.
Even Kendra knows that if she sticks to this logic of a man having to purchase a new car in order to date her, it's not going to end well for her. If you ever heard a woman say single by choice, Fran is the poster child of what that means.
Yep.
Like most of today's modern day women,
Exactly.
she's holding out for a man that she doesn't qualify for.
Exactly.
Think about it. Any man, no matter what his age, that can afford to buy a brand new car, is he looking for a 51-year-old mother of two, grandmother of one who is divorced? Of course not. But trying to get her to understand that would be like trying to find somebody to volunteer to allow you to pull their teeth out with a pair of pliers with no Novocaine for no reason at all. It's not gonna happen. Now I would say good luck to her, but we all know luck is not what she needs. She needs that thing that the Scarecrow and the Wiz needed.
Everybody has a brain. Not me. Look. Oh, garbage.
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe.
You know the feeling. Those moments when your life changes forever. If you lost or need to update your health insurance because of a recent life change.
Men really think that women are jealous of the woman that they choose to be like their quote-unquote main. And what they don't realize is that a lot of single women are so much happier single because they don't have to deal with the mess of a man.
Y'all, do y'all see how high I am? Okay. And they keep texting my phone talking about where you at, where you at. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm finna find me another day.
Women don't actually want to be your wife.
Passport bros, you need to believe this. Believe it.
You don't know what you're doing.
With the advent of social media and everybody being able to walk around with this junk with the cameras and all this stuff and record, everybody's got a mini studio in their pocket. I've noticed something. I've noticed that these women tend, if you're willing to let them speak long enough, they tend to tell on themselves. You don't believe me? I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me ask, should you believe this, men? Future, current, and aspiring passport bros, is this something that should be believed?
I've been going on dates for the past 2 weeks. When I say I'm not satisfied, this what the I got to choose. When you take me on a date, you open up my fucking door.
Dough! Open the door like... Y'all better open that dough.
You open up the door. You pull out the chart if it's a chart.
Pull out the chart. Let's go, yo. Yeah. It's my type of girl right here. It's my type of girl. Y'all need to believe her. She's telling you the truth of her expectations. Passport bros, you need to believe this. Believe it.
and you cut my fucking steak. If it's a steak, I'm always gonna order a steak to see if you got some home training. If you take a female on a date, she order a steak, you cut it.
Cut her Emmer effing steak. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Let's go.
They pre-cut it, then you cut it. Be a gentleman. Be the gentleman. You trying to gently touch on his ass. Do the work. Do the work. We going on multiple dates. You want some from me? We going on multiple dates. We put in effort. Bitch, we doing what we gotta do to get some ass. Come on.
Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. She told y'all the truth, man. She told you the truth. But here's
a lot of women like that out here.
These women are so strong and empowered now that they are literally willing to tell you what it is. They're willing to let you know, yo, this is what I expect. You want to touch on this booty, this is what you're going to have to do. Now, some of y'all are gluttons for punishment. Some of y'all are willing to go through all of that for her. Some of you goofies will cut that steak for her, won't you? Tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell it. Wide nose having motherfucker. Yeah, some of y'all cats are willing to sit there and be down bad for these chicks. Despite what we tell you, some of you will get shamed into staying on that plantation. A lot of you are like, guys, you know, women are liars and you can't believe them and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No. I believe you, ladies. Your boy El Guapo, I believe that shit. Let's go. How about this? This one. Now, this one's a skit. This is funny, though. This is a skit. What do women really want, yo?
I just really want a guy with like a clean haircut, like nice and like, I feel like there's no way it's a hair.
She got bee stings. I like bee stings.
No, I don't want you.
I got dreads. I ain't cut my hair in 3 years. What's up? Wow, this is amazing. This tight as cheap.
And they're willing to tell you, and that's why we need to believe them. But even more important, fellas, instead of believing their words, y'all need to believe their actions.
No shade, no tea, but y'all, tell me why somebody invited me on a date, right? So I done did my makeup, put my outfit on. They said we going to a basketball game. Let me show y'all where the fuck got me sitting there. I done left that ass. I'm sitting in a whole nother seat because I don't even get like, why would you even play with me like that? Y'all, do y'all see how high I am? Okay. And they keep texting my phone talking about where you at, where you at. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm finna find me another date. These finna play musical chairs, dog. I'm finna just make this the best out this shit, y'all. They lucky I took some other shots before I came in this bitch. Because otherwise, feel me? But it's okay, y'all. When I tell y'all I came with somebody, I'ma leave with somebody else.
Time to demonetize the stream. Here we go. I'm gonna turn this off so nobody can hear. Listen. Am I wrong to say that if you have multiple kids by multiple dads, multiple men, that I believe that you have very little foresight and marriage and family was kind of an afterthought to you? Is that a fair assessment? Do you already have kids?
Yes, I already have children and I do not want any more.
Okay.
Yes, I do have 2 kids, 2 boys, and I don't.
Here's a newsflash, y'all. Uncle Sam is blessing us with a 5K spending card that is available for everybody.
So I do have 2 kids, 2 boys, and I don't want any more either.
Okay.
And I have 3 children, and they are young adults.
Okay. Is it okay if I believe you when I see you in a lace front with stiletto nails, a Medusa piercing, a septum ring, 2 nose rings here, and a borderline neck face tattoo? Is it okay for me to believe through the actions of you doing these things to yourself that you don't like the way that you look? No, Guapo. Is it okay for me to believe you when you say you don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory? Is it okay to believe you somewhere nice and you act like the following, is it okay for me to believe that this is the best representation that you will ever have of yourself? In certain circles, I just can't take you in. Take a look, fellas.
She said she doesn't eat at Cheesecake Factory, so I took her to a 5-star restaurant, and she did this emoji exploding head.
Bro show.
What?
Did your mama teach you manners?
That could be y'all. That could be you. Shout out to double fisting the water. Yeah. You know what? I don't think y'all got a good view of this. I don't think I did this justice. Hang on. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. This is cheap.
She said she doesn't eat at Cheesecake Factory, so I took her to a 5-star restaurant, and she did this emoji exploding head.
I believe you that if I take you to the Masonic Ball, that if I take you around some of the Air Force Academy alumni, if I take you to the Christmas party, if I take you to the Governor's Ball, this is exactly how you're gonna act. Am I wrong for believing you? Passport bros, you need to believe these women.
I think that a lot of men think that they're more of a prize than what they really are. This is the thing, and beyond that, men really think that women are jealous of the woman that they choose to be like their quote-unquote main. And what they don't realize is that a lot of single women are so much happier single because they don't have to deal with the mess of a man. I don't have to be worried about what's going on a man's phone. I don't have to worry about catching a sexually transmitted disease because he decides to cheat at me on it. I don't have to worry about any type of stress because I'm not with a man that's cheating, and I'm not with a man, period. I feel like men try to make it seem like they're this God's gift to the earth, and they don't realize, like, y'all aren't. And women don't actually want to be your wife, or women don't want to be your maid. Like they're not worried about it.
They are willingly. Let me put this into perspective for you all, because I know I'm gonna get, oh, El Guapo, this is skit, they're acting. I am a black man. I would not play a Sambo. Do you guys know what a Sambo is? People would say an Uncle Tom. But if you've read Uncle Tom's Cabin, you know that Sambo is the one that was doing the shucking and the jiving. I don't care how many likes, I don't care how many views, I don't care how many dollars you're willing to pay me. There are certain things that El Guapo's just not gonna do. I will not step and fetch it, coon it up for you, because my ethnic image as a black man is way too important. And I have a responsibility, not just to myself, but to other people that are in my same demographic to do better than that and not sell out. So, excuse me. Whether this is a skit or not, it's a bad look. Unpopular opinion. This is the same reason I am in 100% agreement with Dave Chappelle. Shout out to Dave. Granny don't. You will not see El Guapo, no matter how famous I get, in a dress. I'm just not gonna do it. There are two things in this life that I will fight for and defend to the death. That's my soul and my whole. Y'all can't have either one of them. So when I see our beautiful, lovely lady, whether this is real or fake, portraying herself like this, knowing the detriment of the ethnic image of sisters in the United States. Shame on her for doing this goofy ass bullshit.
Can your mama teach you manners?
Believe it. Skin or not, believe it. Look at the nails. Believe that, y'all. Yeah, oh, it's funny. It's funny.
I was so embarrassed and disgusted emoji face vomiting.
You innocent child?
She picked up noodles off of his plate with her stiletto nails. There are just some things you don't do, yo. But anything for 15 minutes of fame, right? Let's go.
Disrespect is real around here.
Yeah, ladies, I believe you. I believe the things that you are showing us. Brothers, black, white, Asian, Latino, Middle Eastern, Indian, all of you. You need to believe what these women are not just telling you in their most honest of moments of what they're showing you. Don't think. I'm gonna read a couple super chats. I got a story to tell y'all. And for those of you that have traveled, you're gonna love this.
Do you think it's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries?
Nah, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be what was it, Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Ladies?
A lot of people tell us, you finally explained trading to me in a way I could understand. Then they start seeing
What's up, world? It's your boy AJ the Black Hole Traveler. Today, I am making a video about men are checking out. Black men, Latino men, specifically, are checking out of the game as far as dating here. Just from my experiences. I'm a Lyft driver, and I drive every day. And it's just crazy because majority of the black men and the Latino men that I meet either just got out of relationships, or they're not in a relationship at all, or they're like about to get out of it. And majority of them are saying, yeah, man, one of my friends just came back from Colombia, or he came from Brazil, or he just went to Puerto Rico, or he went to Ecuador, or whatever. Man, I heard overseas is great. My buddy went to Thailand or Vietnam, and what's happening is that for some reason, most of the men that I talk to in the car, I have good conversations. But majority of the guys that I meet, when they're young and they're black or Latino, are ready to go. I'm talking about, bro. Me and my buddy Rick went down to Red Robin. We went there to eat a couple weeks ago, and we were talking to our waiter. He's a real cool guy, and he said, man, I just, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I just had a breakup. Me and my girlfriend broke up. You know, it's been hard to get over it, man. I really, need to take a break and go somewhere different. And we said, man, we just went to Panama last year. Like, what, Panama? Like, yeah, man, Panama. I said, man, the best dating in South America was in Panama. He said, dude, I've been trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I said, man, dating there was easy. I said, it's an hour and 50 minutes flight from Miami. It's like, bro, like two different worlds. He was like, what? He said, man, me and my brother was talking about this. He said, I said, are you Filipino? He said, no, I'm Mexican, man. He said, bro, I had a breakup with my girlfriend. It was bad. He said, you know what? I need to take a break. He said, but I really need to go somewhere. And so I said, man, we travel abroad, man. I said, we don't even date here no more. He's like, what? Me and my buddy was telling him. And he was like, man, thank you for this. He said, bro, I've been trying to figure out where to go. We showed him, scrolled through our phone and showed him some of the, the pics that on Tinder. And I said, man, he said, this is crazy. I said, look at the beauty. He said, women are so much beautiful. I said, well, the thing about it is that, you know, I took a trip, and my buddy, you know, he wanted to, you know, go on a trip with me to go to Panama, because I went in 2022 and I spent 30 days there. And I had a great time dating. The only thing that was bad is that when women know that you're not there long term, sometimes they'll kick it with you, but then, and I had a language barrier, so I'm learning Spanish, so it is a little disadvantage. But I was telling this guy, I said, man, you speak Spanish? He's like, yeah. I said, man, you speak Spanish, going to South America, you're the man. I said, 9 out of 10, you'll probably have a girlfriend. I said, the only thing that was hurting me is that I don't really speak Spanish well. So I'm going there this year, you know, to spend a couple of months and learn Spanish. Plus, you know, I just like South American people. I like the culture. When you're down there, it's different. Like, not saying that America is different. It is different in America. Once people are Americanized, when women are Americanized and come in, no matter where they're from, if they're from Asia, if they're from Africa, if they're, you know, from Latin America, Middle East, when women become westernized, she's just a different type of woman. She's a different type of woman, man. It's not the same. Because her views change, her attitude changes, and once she's Americanized, bro, it's a done deal, basically. So, women, if you don't, you probably see these things about passport bros, and a lot of you guys making these, you know, videos complaining about the passport bros and the movement and how we're sex tourists and all these things. Women, you guys don't. What happens to black women? I can speak for black women myself. Black women don't listen to us. We tell black women that we like women natural. We like them, you know, have fun. We like them friendly. Well, we know in the black community and black women in America in general, a lot of times you're not going to get that. You're going to get confrontation. You're going to get battle. It's always a competition and a comparison to who you are. It's always these high demands of what you expect out of a man. And men, you know, black men are checking out. Black men are checking out, and now Latino men are checking out. Bro, they're checking out. And older men, only older men that I met that were single or divorced was talking about leaving the country to date. I'm talking about Mexican, white, black. If they're older men, single, they're like, dude, I've been going to Philippines, I've been going here and there. I'm having a time of my life, like, I meet some cool women, or my girlfriend is it. I mean, bro, it's like men are checking out. And black women, y'all don't understand, like, a lot of y'all don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to work out. A lot of you guys had kids by these dudes, you know, these Dusties and these dudes, you know, they were players and hustlers, you know, they're basically out there. A lot of guys, you know, you women got, you know, married to dudes that basically was considered your type, and a lot of times they left you with kids. And so you see a lot of that now, where you got all these women out here, and they got multiple kids, sometimes by multiple men, and you could be a great woman. The problem is that men don't want to take a chance of being a stepdad. It's harder to be a stepdad to another man's child or other men's children. Because if a man does want a family, like me personally, I don't want a family. I have a daughter that's 22, but that I barely know because of her mother just keeping her from me. And the things I had to go through to try to fight just to be her dad, you know, eventually I've given up. But all the years I was trying to be a good dad, and you know, my daughter lives in Australia, and she never heard anything good about me. You know, even though I was making a lot of attempts to be her dad. The things I had to go through and still going through it. I'm still legally married to this woman for 23 years because I could not get a divorce because I had a child to a woman, and basically her being a foreign kid, and me trying to get a divorce, it was harder because you have to have a DNA test for any child that's a minor whenever you do a divorce in the United States. She would not take that test. She made every excuse to not take it. So I had to go through that. So my last girlfriend I was dating, I told her I didn't want babies. She told me if I didn't want babies, forget about it. I said, okay, forget about it. I just couldn't do it. I don't want to go through that again. She said, I wouldn't do that to you. I don't believe nobody. I believe if you're a woman, you're very sensitive. You know, you have emotions. You're very sensitive. So the way women think, they want it their way. And she even said you wouldn't sacrifice your happiness for me. Like, no. Like, I've been through a lot. Like, not knowing my kid is a lot. And then not knowing that this is my kid. I believe she is, but I don't know. And so, with her mother not cooperating with me, I said, I'm torn to pieces by this. So, I just want to be happy and enjoy my life with somebody that wants to enjoy life with me. So, like I said, and then here in the U.S., man, I've met women. I met them outside, you know, I met them online, whatever. It's just never enough, man. The demands are always high. It's never enough. If you don't want to be on their playing field, they don't want to deal with you. When I date abroad, it's different. I have been going to Latin America lately. But I'm thinking about going back to Asia, man, because when I was living in Asia, even as a young guy, Asia was the easiest place to date because the women were not confrontational. They did not argue. They didn't want to fight. Like, you know, I was just there for, 2 years, but I always had a good time. I met some good women. I was in Japan for 2 years. I traveled to the Philippines. I traveled to Thailand. And when I met women there, it was just so easy. It was so easy just to go out and have a good time. If you like each other and something happened, it wasn't like, oh, I wasn't ready. I got the women like you. It wasn't no thing like you take advantage of them. They just liked you. I never pushed to try to just, get in the drawers. That wasn't what I was on. But if something did happen, it was never a thing where you had to feel guilty. But dating in America, I wanted to come back. I wanted a black woman. I had a Japanese girl I had a beautiful Japanese girl that came to visit me after I left Japan and everything. But I was so young, my money wasn't right, and I wanted to come back home, and I haven't had no successful relationship since I've been here. And if I have some kind of relationship starting, it never went nowhere because a lot of times they had kids, or if they didn't have kids, their standards were, all the women who had no kids had high standards.
I believe it.
And I was working 2 jobs, and the thing about it, man, you trying to get a nice car and dress nice. We do things for women, man. It's crazy. We don't even realize we do things to try to impress women. That's why when men usually get more money, he'll get a more fancier car. He'll get a nice apartment or buy a nice property. And then the nicer he looks, the women are more attracted. The thing about it is that this is crazy because women, like black women, don't understand money. Like a black woman see an average looking guy, like, oh yeah, you're cool, but you're not my type. I don't like the way you dress. They don't understand money. They don't understand wealth. The most wealthiest men do not dress in expensive clothes. A lot of times they dress down because they have a lot of money. A lot of rich men, very wealthy men, are very tight with their money. They don't want to go spend. They're not buying Birkin bags for you. They're not trying to do that. Women don't listen. Black women, y'all definitely don't listen. And what's going to happen in the future with black women, who I can't speak for because I only date black women lately, is that there's going to be a lot of black women going into lesbianism, depression, obesity. Because these are the things that happen when I don't think a lot of y'all think that men are really leaving. Y'all see the passport bro, as you say. If you saw what I saw,
this man had traveled.
The people I talk with, average every day, most young black men and older black men, if they're single, they're going overseas. They're not fooling with it out here because either one of their friends told them, I'm going here, I'm going overseas. I mean, older men of any color, they're all leaving. And the women, y'all gonna feel this.
Right.
And because black men, we like natural women, right? We tell women, we like a woman with natural hair. They wear weaves, lace fronts, right? We don't like it. It's not attractive to us. We don't like lashes. We don't like women with a lot of makeup. What do black women do? Y'all wear a lot of makeup, lashes, BBLs, overweight, hygiene. I pick up a lot of black women. For some reason, a lot of younger black women have a body odor. I don't know what it is. But a lot of black women, most black women that I pick up, that's in the teens up to like probably 50, my age, got body odor. And you pick up an elderly black woman or, 160, 70, or older woman who's still married, who have been married for 34 years, they don't have no body scent. The older women smell good. They don't have no body scent. For some reason, sugar women, they got body sense. They don't smell good. They don't take care of their appearance. Their hair be all over their head. Like, it's crazy, man. And it's like, I love sisters, man, but y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it, and y'all don't care. You don't care what women can say, well, you gotta take me as I am. You know, I'm a boss, and you gotta take me as I am, and I'm not changing this, I'm not doing that. Okay, well, stay by yourself. Because you don't understand, when we go to these so-called third world countries, as y'all call them, oh, these women are poor, and they don't have much. Man, those women take care of themselves. They're beautiful. They're friendly. When I'm in South America, Central America, Asia, man, the conversations, even on a translator, when I'm speaking a whole other language, the women are easy to get along with. And it's not about money. Now, there are calibers of women. Let me tell you something. When you go to these countries, there are, like any other country, there's caliber of women. You have women you have 9 to 5s. You got women that are professionals. You got women that are, private clubbers. They go in the club. You got women in the strip club. You got women that work on the streets. There's caliber of women. Some men, when they go overseas, sometimes they just want to, they're not really having sex. A lot of black men are not having sex here with women. So when they go overseas, sometimes they might just get a prostitute because they're not having sex here at all. Or if a guy wants a woman that, want a girlfriend or whatever, then he'll get with a girl that, that's not out there. He'll find a girl that's works at a restaurant. He might find a girl online that's just cool, go on Tinder or Bumble and meet a woman and go out with her and hang out with her. Might even stay in contact with her. They might even date. There's women over there that have boyfriends that's from the West. And they said that we treat them better. Like, we're a lot more friendly. Look at some of the interviews, man. We were like, I think, being in America or UK or whatever, brothers over there, because they're a lot more nicer. They said a lot of times the Latin men are kind of controlling. Like, and then a lot of times there's just not enough men for the women. Now, I'm not going to speak on no Latin men because I can't talk for them because I'm not going to knock them. We go to their country, right? We come to these countries over here. The men ain't even worried about us. There's so many beautiful women in these countries. The men are cool. Like, the men, hey man, she like you. If a guy said that, a girl like you, I was in Colombia in January, and remember this girl came up to me. She said, hey, she was flirting hard. So when I was, they were like, the girl, came back and gave me her number and stuff. I was talking to her. So their friends said, hey, come over here, because I was in this gated community. I ended up meeting all of them. And they said, man, you like her? She's cute. You want to get her? You want to hit that? I was like, what? They were asking me in Spanish, do I want to hit? And I was kind of embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, I guess, I was kind of embarrassed, but they were like, yeah, she likes you. And she was really like, on me, like, yeah, here's my number, like, call me. And, but it was crazy because when women like you, they just let you know what it is. It's no thing about, you're weird or nothing. Like, y'all don't understand. We go out, and like a lot of dudes that are going out here, they're not traveling, but the guys that are getting it, they said less men are going. They said a lot less men are going out now. When you go out, there's a lot of women out there. There's a lot more women out in the clubs than men. And men here, a lot of men just getting target practice. You got some dudes out here that's tricking with girls. So, oh yeah, I was in the car with this guy one night, driving in the lift. He was telling the girl, yeah, I do my scams and stuff, and I'm out in the streets, and I could, we shopping spree and all that. I mean, some dudes on that. I'm not on that. There are dudes that are tripping. There's guys out there that are tricking. There are sipping. I don't call them no simps. I can say they tricking though. I'm not taking no girl on no shopping spree. I don't care how much money I have. I'm not taking no girl on no shopping spree to get no Birkin bag and nothing like that. What I will tell you is this though. Men are checking out black women. If you're not listening, please listen. If you a man, we're just attracted to, feminine, beautiful women. They take care of themselves, they smell nice. And right now, we're not getting that in the States. And men are leaving. And I'm telling you, women are going to feel it. I give it another year. Women are going to feel it because every time I talk to a young black man or Latino man, they're always talking about leaving. They're always talking to get up out of here. Like, They don't even go out and date no more. Man said, yeah, man, I heard about that. I need to go take a trip. I told him about Panama. He said, man, you're the second person who told me about Panama. I gotta go now because I've been hearing about it. Because you just told me, and my buddy just told me the same thing last week. Because men just want to be happy. You know, we like companionship. No man wants to be alone. No man wants to be by himself. But no man wants to be dealing with you, arguing with you. Then if a man, you know, dates you and then you have kids, he doesn't want to have to go through this. You know, trying to be a stepdad for your children. Then what's happening, these men that you have children with, they're gone. And then you want this man to come in. And then when a man doesn't do right, you want to complain. If those are not his kids, that's not his responsibility. So when you date a man and you have kids and then you give that man problems, that's a problem within itself, because number one, those are not his kids. So instead of a woman being happy that a man is there to help her, she'll ride him. Like, you know, you got to do this with my boy. He needs a male figure. That is not his son. Go get his dad. So women, y'all don't understand that. If your son and a dad, or your daughter needs a father, you need to go get their biological dad for those kids. Don't expect for the new man to come in and take his spot. And that's what's happening now. A lot less black men are having kids. They don't want to have kids with me anymore. And now you see Latino men the same thing. I'm seeing white guys, I'm seeing everybody that's older. When I meet men who are not happily married and they're not together with their wives, bro, they're out of here. If you get a good woman in America, you gotta hold on to her, bro, because it's getting worse and worse as far as dating as a black man or an American man in general. Because some men went through divorces, they've been through like breakups, and when they break up, they're ready to go now. Men are ready to go. They're checking out. Yep. They are checking out the U.S. So
that's what I've been trying to tell you. Watch this.
Why did no one tell Ohio drivers about this new rule? If you are currently insured,
now that's the man who traveled. He's been out of the country.
You live in a qualified zip code, you can get an extremely... Hello, my friends. Yep, it's that time again. I'm back. Today we're going to talk about life unfortunate events. You know, as men, you're not immune to disasters. You're not immune to diseases. You're not immune to unfortunate events that hit your life. And having a disability and actually living in a country that is extremely expensive to actually survive on disability benefits, it's difficult as hell. Most men end up on the street. One of the worst things that we have to consider as men is that next to divorce, our next biggest enemy is an accident or some health benefit that strikes us down. And I've seen this hit many men over my years. The majority of men that I know have had either strokes, brain aneurysms, heart attacks. You just never know when life is gonna knock you down, guys. And you know, you can take care of your health as best as you can. You can do it all right. And one day you have an accident. But one thing you should do is make sure that you always have good insurance. Make sure you have a little backup plan. And if that doesn't work, what do? You move to the Philippines. and that is what we're going to talk about today. I had an old friend of mine who sent me this video, and he's suffering from a serious aneurysm that he had back in the day, and it really messed up one whole side of his body. And he sent me this video of a gentleman who has a disability that struck him down in America. Of course, he was left homeless because he just couldn't afford to pay the rent after the rents went up after COVID. And so I want to share this story. I want to share his story with you because he moved to the Philippines. And it wasn't really intentional. But you know what? I'm not going to tell this story because he's going to tell it. But before we go into the video, guys, please give me a thumbs up on the video. I just want you to do it now so, you know, you don't forget as we get into the story. Because that's what happens to a lot of people. Give me a thumbs up on the video, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you get me over on Instagram if you have a quick question. And of course, the last thing I'm going to say, if you want to book a session where you need to talk to me, you need an extra
male heir with critical thinking skills, hit me up over on askanolderman.com, book a session, half an hour or an hour. Okay, so let's get into the story. Let's get in and listen to this man's story, because I found it intriguing, I found it enlightening, I found it informative. I think he did a great job telling the story, even with a disability. And it coming from a channel that I've not seen before. And of course, I'm going to put the link to the channel in the description, so you guys can go and check out the full story and check out this guy, because he's doing some great work on highlighting people who are living in the Philippines from the West. And the name of this channel is Living Abroad. I like this channel because it's done by a gentleman who's going around and he's interviewing, you know, foreigners in the Philippines, and I really commend him on the job he's doing. I love how people can get real with him and, you know, open up to him, and that's important. So let's get into the video.
Prior to coming out here, I was actually homeless.
So where are you from?
America.
What brings you down here to the Philippines?
Really just everything that was going on in America. It wasn't necessarily the Philippines. I originally left America, I was going to travel some countries, but I have some disability comprehension issues, dyslexia and stuff like that, and I couldn't figure out. I was going to go to Africa first.
Okay.
And travel around to some countries, but I couldn't figure out some of the stuff, and I couldn't get all the embassy, and there was like some scams and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I had heard about the Philippines, and I did some research on YouTube and such like that, and it's free visa upon entry, so it's easier to understand than that. Can't get scammed on that.
Yeah.
When I got here, you know, I was just traveling the world, really. I was traveling, you know, the countries where the dollar stretched further, you know, make my disability money stretch further, but
okay, wait a second, don't go anywhere. I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind.
Make my disability money stretch further, but
just a quick note. Listen, he's traveling on disability money, and you know that's not a lot of money. For all of you people who just think, oh, I need a lot of money to travel, it doesn't require a lot of money to buy a bloody plane ticket and stay in a hostel. Too many of you want to go and stay in hotels and get this flashy and the nice and the this and the that. Listen, when you travel, humble yourself, experience the country by going and living into areas where, you know what, it's off the beaten path. That's where you get the best adventures. I specifically admire this guy straight off the bat, because in the middle of his plans, he changed. I was going to Africa, I ended up in the Philippines. I like this guy already.
Really past that, when I first got here, I just wanted to see every country I went to. I just wanted to see the people, the customs, you know, learn to laugh at a local joke, you know, maybe learn a little bit of language. But the Philippines, you know, they have like 7,000 islands and all the different languages, so, you know, you can't really learn everything, but
plus they speak English, which helps, right? So
yeah. Well, I was surprised when I got here that how many signs were in English, you know, and I was like, okay, why is it? Then I learned that, you know, their official language is, business language is English. Past that, you know, what surprised me was just the humbleness of the people. You know, they get up early in the morning. Somebody's, you know, entrepreneurship everywhere. Somebody's cooking something, delivering something, giving a ride, going to work. You know,
is this your first time to the Philippines?
Yeah, this is my first time in the Philippines, my first time out of America.
Okay.
I definitely feel safer here than America. You know, like one of my family members, they're like, oh, you know, the Philippines, you kind of get those different things where, you know, as far as leaving the United States.
Guys, Americans, I'm just talking to Americans specifically. I watch American propaganda TV, and I can tell you, they almost scare you when they talk about other countries, because all you see on television is the bad things that happen in every country. But of course, they always make it feel like, but America is better. We're the best in America. But every country says the same thing. Oh, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. I'm glad that when, and I'm going to use the term, when black Americans get outside of America and their eyes are open, where he actually feels safer in another man's country, this should tell you something. This should tell you something, my friends. So for all of you who think, oh, America's the greatest, America, oh, we're American, it's amazing in America. You have to travel first. You all think that the West is the bee's knees. I'm telling you, it isn't. No place in America can compare to Dubai. None. Infrastructure, technology, low crime rate, the best healthcare you can find anywhere else, and the cost of living, the politics. You gotta understand, if you think that people are freaking running to America just for the sake of getting a better life, a lot of these people just don't know about the rest of the world. America does a great job at propaganding. Is that a word? Yeah, I think it is. I'll check it out. Point is, very good job at marketing themselves.
That's true.
But I can tell you, when you listen to other people who have traveled, because I've been all over America.
Yeah. But I don't feel stressed here. Don't feel, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, nothing happened to me like that in the United States, but, there's shootings everywhere.
That's true.
Some of the locals, they talk to me about, some of
the political stuff and the
political stuff, yeah, but they talk to me about the way they feel. Maybe it's not as affluent. Okay. And they talk about like some of the jobs and what they pay and things like that. I still believe it's better than trying to go to America. Yeah. And I try to tell them, well, America just shows you what they want you to see. You know what I'm saying? You don't see how many, the homelessness, people that are strung out on drugs and things like that. I'm not trying to get Americans to bash me, but you can't just deny it. You can't deny it.
There's good and bad in the country.
Right. And then the crime. You don't hear about gunshots or people getting jacked. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure things do happen here. Yeah. Just like here in America, you do want to have your situational awareness. You don't want to go places and do certain things where you probably shouldn't go and do. Definitely the food. Definitely the food is definitely better. Not processed, not out of a box. Yeah. It's fresh. Clean. I will say that I heard it before, and I can confirm now that the American products do taste different.
Yeah, okay.
I can confirm without a doubt, because I like Diet Coke. That's my go-to if I'm going to have a soda. So I'll have a Diet Coke once or twice a week, right? And the small little ones. But I remember traveling back through Miami around about 8 years ago. And I had already been living in Dubai for about 7 years, and I had a Coke in the airport, and I almost had to spit it out because it was sweet. Even the diet version of the Coca-Cola was extremely sweet compared to what I get over here in this region. And then I had a juice, and it just tasted really sweet. And I can tell you, my American brothers and sisters, you guys are being poisoned by sugar. It's rough. I'm telling you, you're being poisoned, and I can tell you it's one of the major contributors to your obesity problem. And it's painful to tell you that, and it's painful to see, but your whole society, your whole nation is being poisoned by sugar.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here since November.
Okay, so you've been for a couple months at least, right?
Yeah, I've been here since November, and I'll be here a while longer. I'm actually going to be going back and prepping my stuff, and making plans to pretty much move over.
Okay, so you're going to be here permanently, hopefully, at least long stay at least.
Well, because the thing about here compared to, you can't deny the dollar stretching is a benefit, especially to my, disability dollars. Okay. Well, one thing I will say, you gotta excuse me, my stuff.
Oh, you're doing really well. Actually, I was expecting this to be like 30 seconds or a minute, but you got a lot of information, and I'm excited to hear about it. So you get a lot more for your buck over here for sure. You told me a lot of stuff that you do like. Is there something maybe you dislike so far, or you don't like?
I won't say that it's a dislike. However, it is something to get used to. Like the first time I went to Vegas, like walking on the strip. Yep. My first time in Vegas, and people just like run into you, and such like that. Well, I do like here how they have like the lines for the elders and the disabled people and things like that. Or for Filipino disabled people and stuff like that. But like when you're walking, like I'll move to the side for an elder.
Yeah.
You know, so they can walk by and here comes this youngster, just like they don't see that person, and they just like walk through them. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you do have to do a little bit of defensive walking. You know, just like with the driving.
I was gonna say,
you want to be aware of things. But honestly, I really can't say too much of what I don't like. You know, what I would say for anybody trying to come here or just leaving the United States, the thing about it is that what you have to understand is that I would recommend not even making your cup half full. Okay. I would recommend just pouring out the whole cup. You know, realize when you come to another country, you're not in America. You know, you have to learn the local customs. I mean, yeah, you might be in America, you might have your way of things, but be slow. You know, be open to learning new things, a different way of life. Definitely do your research before you come, things like that. And I would say it would be worth it if you are able to be humble, and see the beauty in simple things. You know,
the brother is throwing some wisdom, man. The brother's throwing some wisdom. When you leave America, when you leave your hometown, I'm not just speaking to Americans when I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to the Brits, I'm talking to the Germans, I'm talking to the Canadians, I'm talking to the Caribbean and the Jamaicans. When you leave your hometown, if you want to feel comfortable, you have to wipe your brain and realize that you are now in a new world. It's like driving a different car. Yes, you know where the brakes and the gas and the headlights take you a little while to find where each switch is. But the reality of it is that car is going to drive differently. And you realize, and you have to realize, when you switch cars, you got to stop thinking about the Toyota that you have, because now you're now in a pickup truck. It'll still get you the same places, but hey man, it's a different vehicle. It's heavier, it's lighter, it doesn't matter. But I hope you understand my analogy. So he's telling you, listen, clear your mind and realize that you're somewhere else. And I'm sharing this to all you guys that are considering moving. You need to realize that you got to disconnect from your existing way of thinking and way of life.
Speaking of beauty, are you meeting any beauties over here? Are you dating any Filipinas? What's going on over there?
You know, prior to leaving the United States, I was one of the guys, I'm one of the guys that are considered, the nice guy, you know. And, for the majority of what it seems like, women they don't want nice guys. They say they want nice guys, but nice guys are boring, they're lame. We don't have the excitement of cheating and you run in the streets and don't come home and stuff like that, you know. And so when I first came here, I wasn't on any dating apps or anything like that, dating sites or anything like that. And it wasn't like I was opposed to dating, but it wasn't on my radar. Yep. I was just really traveling around a different. When I first got here, I was just gonna come here for maybe like a month or two, and then maybe go to Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand, things like that, and just kind of travel around and look at different countries. However, my asthma improved when I got here. Versus using my medicine every day, all day. I use it maybe once a month now. Okay. I have some disabilities on my torso and such for my muscles and such. That's what you kind of see. That's been a reduction versus everyday in America. Okay.
Food. I'm telling you, it is the food, gentlemen. The serious amount of crap and chemicals. Sugar. Sugar is the enemy. That's what this man is suffering from. Your food in the West, especially in America, is...
I got to go talk another 5 minutes. So I hope this message get out to the men, most of the men, but mainly it wakes up the women in the West, and particularly in America, but hopefully in other countries too. When the one man said that men have had it, men are had it up to here with the mess. That even the good men are leaving. The nice men are leaving. You're not gonna have into these women that think that they're gonna have 5 men to 1 because their way of, hey, I'm gonna manipulate this one guy and cheat on this one guy I have this guy over here. I'm here to tell the women it's over. It's a wrap. You hear what the man was saying? It's a wrap, ladies. And like the man before this man's video said it, you're gonna start seeing women gonna notice a difference, and you're gonna go to result the two things. And I said the same thing. Either you're gonna go into lesbianism, or you can deal with the men. Well, let me put it this way: you can deal with the men that can give you that drama, that toxicity, that street hood, that neighborhood, if that's what you're drawn to. And you women that think you all that, that's what you're gonna have in the future. But the guys are checking out, and this is information. And men, there is hope. Now you see the last guy he's dealing on a disability check. There is hope. If women don't want to be bothered with a good man here, and I've seen one man that was a really heavy-set white man. He was really heavy-set, really big. I mean, this guy had to be over 200-something pounds. And his wife, when he left America, man, he had one of those. And More to Life have this video. Go to his website. He had a beautiful wife, man. I was kind of shocked, like, whoa. And he was showing the pictures of what he lost. I think he's still losing all that weight. But his woman loved him. Even he was practically almost 300 pounds. She loved him. She was loyal to him and helped him down. He got motivated and lost the weight. She encouraged him. This is what she. You think some women, most women in America would have done that? I'm sorry. A good percentage of women would not stick with no heavy set, out of shape, awkward looking dude. I'm trying to tell you. And these women getting a wake up call. So it's gonna look really strange to look all these attractive women, whether they white, whether they black, whether they Latino in America, and most of them gonna be single. And they have no idea, because they thought that this, while you looking for your 6 feet, 6 figure, whatever, the men they making 6 figures are going somewhere and finding a woman, and the women over there are willing to continually to be that wife, that companion, that girlfriend, and don't have this high expectation like you do over here. So that was, I know this video was kind of long, but this was the whole point. You all think that you're the only, and like he was saying, you think you're the only thing that's in the West, and it's partially, it's some man's fault with pumping these women's head up, and it's some part of it's our fault. Now that, and I don't even give some of these women attention when I'm over here, but I have a young lady that I'm talking to, and she seems like she's carrying the same morals, even though she was born here, but she's one of the rare ones. But if you find one here, but you know, I'm gonna see how it goes. But hey, it's an option. There's something more deep to that, and women are not listening to what we're saying, and so they do these things to kind of, like, I don't know, hit a man in his manhood, hit a man, whatever. It's by saying your income is not this enough. What you wear, what kind of furniture, what kind of car you driving, and to my quality, what your height is not my quality. So okay, see you later. Go wait the next 1 to 2, 5, 10 years down the line. Wait for your fantasy, man. And I pray that God keep you in Atlanta living. You'll see what we're talking about. But it's over. It's over. I've been saying it, it's over. It's a wrap. You ain't got your husband, and if a man is giving you that time, if you don't change the way to where the women don't change their mindset and learn to be feminine, you're gonna lose your man. And whether you're a white woman, a black woman, a Latina woman, or whatever woman that get this message, you're gonna lose your man if you don't learn to compromise and deal with. You know, I'm not saying you gotta be a Stepford wife, but you got let the Lord, the good God Almighty up in the heavens, develop you to being a woman. And it's something that some of you haven't developed. You can create a baby, but you haven't matured. Like I showed on the one video, the one woman who worked, she had a good job working at the post office, but mentally she's still back as a 22-year-old woman thinking that she can rap, thinking that she can hang, she want to be down with the young buds, she want to still communicate to their language. And you have a lot of some of our women in our culture still got that mindset. That's why some of us gravitate over to other different women. It's because some men don't want to deal with something like that, especially black men. Some black men don't want to deal with someone saying, "Look here, bro, what's up, my nigga?" You know, I mean, who wants something with that toxicity? You're not it's not feminine. You know, it's like you. I don't know. Is you trying to track another woman? But because that's what it's going to end up tracking. Ain't no man, ain't no alpha straight man who loves and like women is going to put up with that. We're trying to tell you, in regards if he's not to your expectation or look, whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the men win. And so, well, you just because you can't handle a strong, independent woman. You tell me because of my education, it has nothing to do with that. It's your core of your being, what God designed you to be. That's what we want. That's what we want. And some of these women are not listening. So they get on here on TikTok and some of these videos and making these videos about that. We've been trying to tell you. I said on previous video, we're trying to tell some of you women. It's all the process is starting as we speak. They're leaving. They're leaving. And now we have to show you what their personality, what the, even women that's in their 50s and above still got this delusion that they're gonna meet a man making 5-6 figures. That's why they come to Kendra G. That's why they're single, and they got bored, and they still haven't figured out how to keep a companionship. They can't keep a man, so they keep going to men. It's them. It's something that they need to change. All right, then. So that's the question. Why is she single? It's because her mindset. It's the mindset of the woman. And there's probably women gonna hear this and probably unsubscribe, but it's the truth. Now you have to see. I've been trying to tell you this. Men ain't taking this stuff no more, especially the women that are single. And if you married women got this kind of mindset, you better learn how to keep your husband. Because if you leave him, you divorce him, he gone. He figure out a way to get his ends up, he gone. He pays child support, he's gone. He's gone. I'm trying to tell you. So that's what men are through in the West. They telling you, and more men are waking up and seeing this, and they playing this out too. They seeing this while we sit back and watch you listen to these Shira 7 and Cynthia G's and all these other women saying you gotta get you $1 million, you gotta get you a gold digger. He don't do this, he don't do that. You keep listening to those women. You keep listening, young women, and you listen to some. This how the way you listen to some older women that want to talk like a fool, like talk to you like she's a madam, like she's some female pimp, and she still haven't been delivered of it. And she's, I ain't gonna submit. Let's see, $1 million. You keep listening to those women. Watch, they're gonna be old and alone and bitter and can't figure the formula out. It takes two to make a relationship. It takes two, not one. Same way. But if you do the good men like that, that's what's gonna happen. The good men are leaving, so now you're gonna be left with the men that's gonna rise to your challenge. You're going to meet the men that got that toxicity, the men that you don't want, but you're naturally going to keep going, attracting over and over and over. And I pray that it don't go to another level where that the cops got to be called, because it's going to be this domestic violence and stuff, because some women will take you there. They'll push your button like that. And they don't get it. It's their mouth. Ain't no man going to stick around and put up with that. Well, I'm just a strong. You're gonna be strong and independent by yourself. With all your other sister girls who got the same mindset, whether they're white, Hispanic, or other one, you better start listening what we're telling you, because you're about to see the process is already started. I'm trying to tell them guys that the process is already started. All right then, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies, take note, man. There's hope. So be blessed, and get your health right. Try to stack your money like the other guys say. And if they don't want to give you the time of day, they expect the expectation. You got a woman over there that you don't have to have a $50 million suit, a $30 million car, and give me high access to money for me to respect and stay with you. You have women that you don't have to go all that through. They will love you for you. Men, there are hope. Don't give up. All right then, take care. Be blessed.